Hello. It's your girl, Abimbola Evelyn. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about sewing, DIYs, fashion, lifestyle, upcycling, and so on. And this is the first episode of Saving My Scrap Bags. I'm so excited. This series is going to be all about making use of my fabric scraps to create something usable, wearable. Like over the years, I've made use of Ankara fabric scraps to create a bed sheet. Amazing, right? And I've also made a dress from fabric scraps for my mom. Isn't it beautiful? It's so beautiful. I love it. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to be making use of these fabric scraps to create, drum rolls please, a fabric foot mat. Yay! I'm so excited about this because this really turned out so beautiful. And so usable at home. So let's get into it.
So guys, these are my least useful fabric scraps that I have, and that's what we'll be working with a pattern. This is a soft pattern. So I'm just picking out the fabrics that will be useful for this project, and this is what I have. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out a strip from each one of them. This strip has to be about 2 to 2.5 inches wide, then the length as long as any of the scrap can go, because we are going to be making a really long rope out of this. This is me just using the first strip that I cut out to cut the rest of the fabrics. I'm going to go ahead and join the pieces together. I already cut out my padding as well, which is about 1.5 inches wide. Before we start sewing, I want you guys to meet my baby, the love of my life, my sweet, loyal partner in sewing. We've been in this relationship for over 5 years now, and this baby is so loyal, guys. Okay, let's get to work. So what I'm going to do now is to start joining the pieces that I already cut out together, one after the other. So the goal is to make a long rope out of this, and that's what I'm going to be doing first. So we have to join these pieces one after the other, as well as the padding, but the padding separately, the fabric separately, before we put them together. I'm going to start joining the fabrics together now with about 1/2 inch. So let's get to it. When joining this together, just make sure to run the stitches twice to avoid it loosening out easily, as you can see me doing here. So I know it's a lot of work, but trust me, it's actually worth it. Plus the sewing didn't even take as much time as I thought it would. This is me just doing the sewing, and at the end of the day, after sewing, I have about 15 yards of the fabric and 15 yards of the pattern. What I'm going to do now is to join the fabric and the padding together to make the rope. I'm going to place the padding inside the fabric this way and then fold like so and stitch it straight down to the end of the rope. And that's exactly what you can see me doing here. You just have to fold your fabric and the padding properly together before you stitch it straight down to the end of the rope, guys. After doing that, after more sewing, we have our rope. This is what it looks like. But before we make use of this rope, we are going to make the base of both mats. One is a round shape and the other one is a semicircle. This is what the base looks like for the round, and this is what the base looks like for the semicircle. Let's start off with the round shape mat first. The fabric is doubled, the padding is doubled to make it more thick. So what I'm going to do now is to sew the padding inside the fabric and turn it inside out. Just watch closely so you can understand. The base is 2 by 8 inches with the curvy edges. You just have to stitch it like this and leave an opening for it to turn it inside out. After sewing, just trim off the excess and notch the curvy edges, then turn it inside out. This is what I have after turning. Now I have to tuck that part in and just top stitch round the base. Just like that, just like that. Now to the real deal, is to sew a rope round and round and round this base. For this, you are going to need a zigzag stitch. I changed my machine because it has a zigzag feature. If you don't have a machine that has a zigzag stitch, don't worry, you can get a zigzag footer for your straight stitch sewing machine. It does the same work. Right about now is to start sewing the rope round the base of the foot mat like I'm showing you right now. As you can see, it's already giving. At some point, it's going to start folding somehow, but yourself no go fold. Just keep on sewing and make sure you're pushing the rope closest to each other. Let me give you a closer look, just like this. Just push it together and you're good to go. At this point, I was in awe of this beauty. I was like, damn, you look so good. Because I wasn't even expecting this to look this good. And my goodness, I could not wait to finish it, guys. I could not wait to finish it. I had to stop here because I was satisfied with this size already. I love it, guys. I love it, love it, love it. And just like that, we are done with the circle foot mat. Now to the semicircle, the same process as the round. I have my base, which is about 5 by 3 inches. The padding is doubled as well. The fabric is doubled as well. And what I'm going to do next is to place the padding inside the fabric and turn it inside out. Just the same process as the round one. And top stitch after turning it out. Now we have our base. This is what it looks like. And we have our rope, which is now less than 5 yards that is remaining, and that's what we are going to use for the same circle. We're going to sew the rope around the rounded part of the base. You start from here and stop at the other side, cut it off and repeat the same process over and over and over and over and over and over and over till you're satisfied with the size of your foot mat. I wasn't satisfied with this size of the foot mat, but then this is how far the rope could go, and it still looks good nevertheless. I love it. And I wasn't going to leave the edges this way. I'm going to cover that up with a bias. I made the bias big enough to cover the edges of the foot mat. I'm just going to sew that down like that on it. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, just leave it down below in the comment section. And also, for the sake of these beauties right here, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Be like me today and get rid of your ugly stinking foot mat. You even call this a foot mat? Oh my god. And replace it with something beautiful and usable. Thanks for watching to the very end of this video. I hope to see you in my next video. Love you. Bye guys. Mwah.